Praise God. So this is one of the kind of things that the Lord has privileged me to share during my counseling time with people. And I just get this question, like, especially people in ministry, and they're like, God has called them to do a particular thing, and it just seems like they are running after people. They want people to believe in them. They want people to recognize the grace of God in their life. They want people to be loyal to the grace of God in their life. And they just feel convinced that God has called them to do that thing, but somehow it seems like they're struggling to get people to understand what their calling is and to get people to appreciate the grace of God in their life. Now, if there's someone here that's like that is listening to me now, I want to tell you that it's not your responsibility to bring people to you. It's not your responsibility to convince people to believe in the grace of God in your life. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to convince people to believe in you. That burden is too much to bear. God has not called you to bear that burden. It's not your burden. So don't carry it. So what God has asked you to do, focus on it. You see that thing God has asked you to do, give it your energy. Focus on it. Don't take your prayer time and your communion time of light. Take it serious. I tell you the truth. When you catch that fire, you don't need to plead with people to believe in you. See, you don't plead with the bees, right, to come to the honey. In fact, it's out of the bees that proceeds the honey. You don't need to, there are some things that naturally just happens. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 60 from verse 1 to 6, it says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For darkness shall cover the earth, and thick darkness the people. But the Lord will arise upon you." Where and how will the Lord arise upon you? Take your communion serious. Take your relationship with God serious. Take your time of prayer and study serious. The Lord will arise upon you, and His glory will appear over you. His glory will appear over you. When this has happened, the next verse, nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. So you see, people it is in your light that nations come. It is in your shining that nations come. Nations has been commanded to come to your light. So until you begin to shine, you see, that's where the question mark is. It is until you begin to shine. So keep fanning that flame, man on assignment, woman on assignment. Keep fanning that flame until your light begins to shine. It is not your responsibility to go call the nations to come. It is a mandate from God that by default, nations shall come to your light. So keep fanning the flame until the light comes up. Once the light begins to shine, it is in your light that nations come. So without your light, I'm not even displacing the place of publicity. I'm talking to that man or woman of assignment that is doing the needful. You're doing your publicity that you need to do. Whichever way you want to market yourself in the right way, you're doing it. But when the Lord shines His light on you, there is just this outburst that happens that you know you're not responsible for. You know it. You know it that you're not responsible. You're just seeing that the kind of result that is happening, you know that you're not responsible for it. That's what I'm talking about. You know that even though you're doing marketing, it's not marketing that brought this result. Even though you're doing publicity, you know that it's not publicity that brought this result. You know. That is what I'm talking about. So, child of God, I encourage you, fan your flame. Catch the fire. When you catch the fire, nations and kings, it is that light they are coming for. Nations and kings will come to your light. That's what the word of God says. They will come to your light. So you see that thing God has asked you to do. Focus on it. Give your energy to it. Give prayers for it. Seek the face of God for it. Dwell in the God. You see in the Old Testament, when Moses went to the mountain and interacted with God, when he came down, he didn't need to go and publicize to people that he went to the mountain. No, the countenance people saw bore witness of where he was coming from. The countenance of the people could not behold the glory of God upon him. And that is the God. The Bible says here that the glory of God will be risen upon you. It's until the glory of God rises upon you. It is until the glory of God rises upon you. That is when men come to your rising. When Moses came down from the mountain, he didn't need to tell people, oh, I went to the mountain to go and pray. It was not necessary. The glory that people beheld was a witness of where he was coming from. I tell you, that is the same thing that's happening. Until the glory of God comes upon you, until you have cooked yourself in the presence of God. I mean, COOK, until you have cooked yourself in the presence of God. You have cooked yourself in the presence of God. I tell you, men cannot see the light of God in you and turn the other way around. It's not possible. It's not possible. Because men has been commanded, kings and nations has been commanded to come to your light. So don't hold people responsible for not coming to your light. Don't be angry with people that they're not recognizing the grace of God in your life. No, that is not the right way to talk. If you want people to recognize the grace of God in your life, it starts from yourself. It is within. It is more of within than outside. Yes, go to devote yourself in your calling. Devote yourself in the presence of God. Keep fanning that flame. I know you're already doing something. Yes, I know. I know you're already taking the right step. I'm here to tell you, keep doing it. Keep fanning the flame. Keep fanning the flame. When you catch the fire. You know, when in the olden days, then I could remember. So even when you strike the matches, it was called matches then. I don't know what the contemporary time is going to call it now. So when you strike the matches, right? Or the matchbox, whatever it is, I know you understand what I'm talking about. So when you strike it, I mean, you've already prepared your woods in place and you've poured the energizer, be it kerosene then, right? For those that are not Nigerians, I just hope you everyone understand what I'm talking about. So once you pour it on that wood and you strike your matchbox and light the fire, you don't walk away. No, you will stay there and you're going to fan the flame and fan the flame and even when you are seeing little bits of light here and there, you don't walk away because the wind is going to blow it off and you're going to start afresh. So you're going to you will stay there and fan the flame until the wood catches fire. That's exactly what happens. Child of God, servant of God, woman in ministry, man in ministry, fan your flame. When you fan your flame and catch the fire, you don't need to plead to people to believe in the grace of God in your life. Automatically, men has been commanded to come to your light, to come to your light. Nations and kings has been commanded to come to your light. I hope this word has been a blessing to someone. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe and follow Rain of Answers in YouTube and in Facebook. God bless you.